So the next image here is called cousins, and I already named it, saved it as cousins underscore repair.psd. And I'm going to make a copy of my background layer. Let's see, cancel that. Control J or Command J on a Mac, and I can name it if I want to, and I'm going to name it corrections. So if I screw up on this layer, I can always go back and make a copy of my background again and start over. Let's see, so we're first using the healing brush tools. There's the spot healing brush and the healing brush, and they're almost the same, but they work slightly differently. So we're going to start with the spot healing brush. It's easier of the two. It works really well for tiny little spots. What the healing brush does, both of them, is they take, well, spot healing brush in particular, is it takes takes the pixels surrounding the brush. So depending on what diameter I make my brush, it samples more or less pixels. If it's smaller, it samples less pixels. Just those pixels around the area, and then when I click, it blends them over the spot. So it's such a quick fix. It's really good on pimples or little spots on a wall or anything that you want to be blended with its immediate surroundings with just the click of a button. So all these little spots here I can easily remove with just a few clicks. Really awesome tool. I'm pretty sure it's in CS5 and maybe in CS4 too. I think CS4 has a lot of these same tools. These tools here, all of these here, the spot healing brush tool, patch tool, content aware, red eye, those are retouching tools. Also the ones down here, blur, sharpen, smudge, dodge, burn, sponge. We're going to get to those in a few. But, oh, there's another spot. Make sure I'm on my healing brush tool, get rid of that. And sometimes it's not blending. What it does is it's sampling this layer that's too close to her hair, so it thinks that it needs to add some darker colors to it, just like the hair. So in that case, the spot healing brush is not working too well, so I would want to switch to my healing brush tool. Now here's the difference between the spot healing brush. The healing brush samples immediately around it that's the spot healing brush, samples immediately around it, but if you're getting too close to an area that's different, then you'd want to switch to the healing brush tool, because the healing brush tool gives you the power to select the area from which you want to sample. It works a lot like the clone tool, except that it's also blending instead of cloning exactly what you've selected from. So if I hold Alt or Option over here, say I want to take this area that I think looks pretty good, click, and then paint over here, then it blends it from over here instead of too close to the hair, and it's perfect. Let's see. Okay, so another good place to use the spot healing brush tool is in an area where it's going to be, not the spot healing brush tool, the regular healing brush tool is an area where it's going to be changing different textures, different shadows and highlights. Where this crease is, let me zoom out a little bit. The crease goes over the woman's dress, the man's jacket, someone's hand. It's continually changing. So the nice thing about the healing brush tool is if I sample right under the crease, if I click here and sample right underneath, then as I draw, it's going to follow along with me and sample just below where I'm drawing where the crease is. And so if I let go, it does its best to blend with a similar tone and knowledge of the area. It's not going to be perfect, obviously, but it's going to look a lot better than it did. And I might want to, again, like undo that and sample somewhere close by, like right here, and then start with the shading area over here and see if that blends better. A lot of this is going to be trial and error.